Walt Disney Pictures presents its all-new 29th full-length animated motion picture. Australia. Mysterious. Untamed. And for a young boy named Cody and his magnificent golden eagle, it was a world of adventure and discovery.
Fire!
Until
I got her!
they met the villain McLeach,
That bird's gonna make me rich.
an evil trapper who threatens to separate them forever.
It's time you learned how to fish for crocs.
But though hope is running out, a message is on the way. To the Rescue Aid Society.
There has been a kidnapping in Australia.
And two little heroes, Bernard and Bianca, are flying in.
Hey, let's go for it!
It's the rescuers in the most dangerous mission ever.
We'll never make it.
Cinch up your seatbelts, mates.
Now, they're joining forces with their new friend Jake and his army of misguided mates.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
Aw, Frank, give it a rest.
They're flying into action, riding into danger.
Missed.
In the most breathtaking rescue mission ever.
Hey, who killed the music?
Oops. This holiday season, join Bernard, Bianca, Jake, and
Wilbur.
in an adventure above the ordinary in the land down under. Walt Disney Pictures' The Rescuers Down Under.
Throw another shrimp in a barbie, sports fans. Here we come!
Continuing on with the Disney Renaissance marathon, we've got The Rescuers Down Under. Now, there's some things I want to talk about in this film because this is an interesting case where, we think that every single film in the Disney Renaissance was a success. This one was not. Actually, this was a failure, actually. For some reason, the Disney team, animation team, decided that right after the success of Little Mermaid, actually this took place before The Little Mermaid was, before it was in production, okay? They were actually pitching ideas what they would want to do for a movie. Well, The Little Mermaid was pitched. At first it was tossed out because they felt that it was too much like Splash. But eventually it got made and it was a successful film. The Rescuers Down Under, however, wasn't. It was actually a film that is actually a sequel to a film they did back in the 70s during the Bronze Age called The Rescuers. And it involves these two little mice characters, Bernard and Bianca, who are, they belong to the Rescue Aid Society. And their job is to go out. There's a message that's sent out throughout the world of a child that's in distress, and they have to rescue the child from whatever circumstance it's in. Now, I got to do a little bit of the backstory of the Rescuers. And 1977, Walt Disney Productions, it wasn't Walt Disney Pictures it was Walt Disney Productions, releases The Rescuers with the voices of Bob Newhart as Bernard and Ava Gabor. I had to say her name. Ava, not Zsa Zsa, Ava as Bianca. And in the first film, they there's a child, a girl, a female child, who is an orphan. She is taken from this orphanage to live in this, I'm assuming it's Louisiana, with this jewel thief. She's looking for this particular jewel, and she has, I don't know I think it's crocodiles, or it's crocodiles for pets, and she steals this child in order so she can have this jewel. Well, the stress goes out to the Rescue Aid Society, where Bernard and Bianca travel to Louisiana and save this child from the clutches of this evil villain. And now with the rescuers down under, this time it's a boy who is protecting a golden, I don't know, it's a rare species of eagle, and it's on the endangered species list that we assume. They never say that, but it's on the endangered species list. And the boy encounters a poacher by the name of Mick Leach, who's voiced by George C. Scott. And this all takes place in the Australian outback. But the boy sets free this bird, develops a friendship with the eagle, and is quickly captured by the poacher McLeach. And McLeach is trying to find out, okay, not only where is the bird now, but where is the eggs. He knows that it's made a nest. And a little mouse who happens to be caught in a part of a trap to capture another animal, runs away and goes, send for help, and the signal goes out to Bernard and Bianca at the Rescue Aid Society, and they travel all the way to Australia to save this boy and return the boy home. Also, you have characters in here, character by the name of Wilbur, actually replacing the old character from the Rescuers 1977 film, Orville, Wilbur. But Wilbur is voiced by the late John Candy, and he provides plenty of comedic relief to this film in playing Wilbur. I gotta say, it's not a very, very memorable film. I think that's why it doesn't hold up. And matter of fact, when it came out in the theaters, it didn't do well, and it's so much that in the first weekend, Jeffrey Katzenberg pulled all the advertising from it, and he called the producer and the directors and said, sorry guys, it only made $5 million, and we'll just move on to the next project. And but I gotta say this about the film: it is wonderfully animated. This would be the type of film that you would test things out, and with the Rescuers Down Under, this was the first film that they animated digitally. Now, I don't mean using CGI to it's not a 3D movie by any means. It's still hand-drawn animation, but a lot of the flying sequences that you see, a lot of the vehicles were computer generated. And also, it was the first film to use what they called a CAPS program, which did all the inking and painting to the characters rather than going through the optical process of inking and painting. Not only that, it was very easy to animate a character and then insert the character however they wanted it in the shot. And it does this they do this very complicated camera work and stuff like that. It's very, that would be impossible to do with hand-drawn animation. But instead it was done in the computer to do stuff like that. And they had been doing little shots like that back in the Bronze Age, probably since The Great Mouse Detective. But in this film, it was the first time that they used the digital inking and painting. That way they didn't have to hire a whole staff of people to, you know, go through and ink and paint every single shot. It was done in the computer and they could fill it out and it looks the same. But yeah, The Rescuers Down Under. I do encourage you to check it out. The nice thing is, another nice thing is, with them doing a sequel like this, they were able to get the two main characters' voices back. You know, with Bob Newhart and Ava Gabor doing both movies. And so I think that's what makes it very interesting on how they did that. Now, again, they had to replace the character of Orville with the character of Wilbur. And with that, they were able to get John Candy to come in and do the voice. I can't remember who did the voice of Orville, but from the 1977 film. And plus, you know, it was I think that was something that they really wanted to do, and that make a sequel to The Rescuers. Because The Rescuers, believe it or not, was one of the more successful films of the Bronze Age. It made money, but, you know, and not a lot of people remember that, you know, remember these movies. And it's, I don't want to say it's a shame, because definitely The Rescuers Down Under is not really memorable by any stretch. To me, the only interesting part I really found about it was the animation, and plus the character of McLeach, the villain. Yeah, it was, and even John Candy doing Wilbur. I mean, because he had quite a few humorous scenes in the film, and but yeah, The Rescuers Down Under is the second film in the Disney Renaissance. Now, tomorrow will be Beauty and the Beast, the return back to success with the Disney Renaissance. But more on that tomorrow. I'm going to talk about some of the issues that they had with Beauty and the Beast. And part of it had something to do with The Rescuers Down Under, but I'll explain that tomorrow. But yeah, I do encourage you to check it out, The Rescuers Down Under. Matter of fact, it comes in a 2-pack. Definitely if you get the Blu-ray version, it comes with The Rescuers and The Rescuers Down Under. So I would encourage you to, you know, at least check it out. So, from me to you, see you later.